Give thanks. Give thanks and praise to the Most High. Yes, again, only because of the situation we find ourselves now in. We are continuing to share information and structure documentation for present out there. And because we have a non-disclosure agreement, because no one really contact me, which is only natural. Usually people underestimate what them not know, what them not comprehend, what them can never understand. So we push forward and say, Office of the Governor General, private to public notice. And a little bit different from my previous video when we have recognizer. Now I'm the cognizer. Yeah. And you know my information area. And then I said, this is a public, not private, public communication between the parties. And you know, notice the agent is notice the principal. Notice the principal is notice the agent. Applicable to all accessors and assigns. And so we always love to maintain record because we are the true keeper of the record. So we say for the court record or for the court of record. Because you know me keep my, court of record. Notice of acceptance of the Constitution, bond, and public oath of office to honor the offer of contract. Additionally, request to abate. No, we're not even going to request. What a mess. What kind of request? No request, no, we're done with that. Additionally, demand to abate public proceedings, including but not limited to hearing date 17 May 2023 at 9 a.m. And then when we go over them, we'll ascertain the case number and whatever information and amend my document accordingly. And as usual, the respondent to the Attorney General and the Director of Public Prosecution, because we are dealing with a public forum, public arena, public area, public venue. Request to appear date 17 May 2023 and demand to abate the public proceeding, due process violations, no lawful authority, lack of jurisdiction. Comes now. Linton O'Neill Dallas, hereinafter cognizer to the recognizance and sureties known as Linton O'Neill Dallas, which is the juristic person according to the Jamaica Constitution. A certified copy is attached here to and incorporated herein by reference of as Exhibit A. Hereinafter, sure it is. Yeah, now going to be recognizance. It's going to be sure it is. And we have put it on record. This is called a hostile takeover. Who are you people out there? What's going on out there? What's wrong with my people? No problem. I don't have a problem directing my people. Pursuant to Chapter 3, Section 13, Subsection 4, and Subsection 5. The cognizer now formally and duly accept the assented 2011 Constitution, the bond, and the public oath of all public officers made under penalty of perjuries, elected and or appointed in full accord. Now, is there someone by, or is there something by or through this constitution that compels my performance? If yes, then please enter it into the record of this matter. If not, let's put court record, enter it into the court record of this matter. If not, then what am I doing here? Is there some manner of contract that is controlling? Can anyone here show that I knowingly, willingly, and voluntarily, after full disclosure, signed to something that bears the parties bringing the charges or claim signatures as well? So now to present them document there. Now please take judicial notice of these facts. All right, let me get back here. Why may I accept the Constitution? Because the Constitution, well, at least chapter 3 and section 5, section 4, I show you, say, boy, this chapter is binding, and it tell you who it binds. And then subsection 5 now, got section 13, subsection 4, I show you say it's a binding contract. Subsection 5, I tell you say provision in this thing will bind the juristic person or the natural person. So this is why you have to formally acknowledge and accept their constitution, their bond, and their public oath. This is how you keep these people in check, especially in the judiciary area. When I tell you some step forward and unseat every judge, that is a fact outside of the Honorable Chief Judge Chester Crooks, where gave me psychological evaluation, and I already expressed what that was about. So now I'm not even going to leave room for no fact finder for issue not even an opinion, more than to just direct the public officers accordingly. So here is how you initiate contract, and this is what I did on the highway when I present the contract, which is the Chapter 3 Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, to the Senior Sergeant of Police. And this is why it's safe for me to say this guy is incompetent, totally. I'm now to read the document just by the inference of such should arouse his suspicion, kick some kind of alarm bell off in his head for say, hold on, even though this man in our old pro box and look normal, regular, him look like he might have a little validity. Let me make sure I'm going to call and check. Him not do that. Him just say, oh, a fraud. This is what the guy said. My thing a fraud, forgery, foolishness. Call the record. We can't have dumb people like these out there. We can't afford a Jamaica going forward with them kind of people out there on the front line. It cannot work. So now may I bring the whole house to bear. The whole house to bear. Because I want to have my property. I want to have to compensate me. I'm going to show the eye them say, law, how we deal with. Law, not for no little corporate private policy. Public law. Public law. Yeah, man. Law. That's what the Constitution is. A public contract. So you have to choose to engage it. Because it's there for the public. You understand? And it's a public trust. And this is where give these people directions on what to do and what not to do. So this is why this senior, and I said senior sergeant of police just tossed to the side. Because in a fee mind, he must say, we not have to apply or even look or even deal with the constitution. Because them judge are going to run him out of the court with constitution argument. That is if you don't know how to invoke or initiate a contract. But I do, and I've done it several times. Now may I do it publicly because of this senior sergeant of police. I'm going to do my very best to demonstrate the little knowledge that I possess. And if this senior sergeant can match this little knowledge, then we can have a decent discussion. Outside of that, this guy have to stay somewhere in some office with that raggedy lady, around 100 man, him and her for part. You understand? Make sure whip him into shape, because probably a she alone can whip him into shape. You understand? So yeah, man. This is why we have to initiate the contract. And when you initiate the contract, then because these people are honorable, you understand? Them are going to respect this thing. This is how I deal with it. I maintain my honor. So irrespective of my narrative on YouTube, irrespective of the entertaining factors that we present on YouTube, is so when we step in a court, serious business. We not play games. And you say, my first court process, I'm going to find a way to bring that back forward because of all of the fraud and the inconsistencies that pervaded that case. And because I have documents that are placed on the public record that is there, can't move, I can lean back on these documents, make whatever amendments, and bring all of these things to bear just because of this senior sergeant of police. Because I have to make an example of this man. I have to show you guys that these people are criminal in their conduct. They violate every laws and then tell you you violate laws. These guys are criminal in their conduct. However, here we go. Comes now. Yeah. Linton hyphen O'Neill. Hereinafter cognizer to the recognizance and surety is known as the juristic person, Linton O'Neill Dallas. And I present that thing. Then I said pursuant to chapter 3, section 13, subsection 4 and 5, what I just explained. 5, bind the juristic person. And 4, bind the corporate people. And we said the cognizer now formally and duly accept the ascended constitution, right? We'll go through that. So I'm going to have to go back and repeat that. We're going to touch upon this. Please take judicial notice of these facts. The challenge is not an argument. Me and my wife, well, I say wife through a slave talk for the idea. But my first lady, my life, not just my wife, me and my life. Yeah, because she is my life partner, if we can make a phrase like that. But me and my life and a reason I like, should I say, so what's your argument? And me I say, argument? But now I look for going to go argue. You know what I mean? But when she explained herself, I say, okay, this is where, you know, and then when I show her and thing, boy, when I tell her so my wife was impressed, it made me feel good. You know, like when you get 100 plus extra and your teacher give some sweet talk where you just say, yes, I need that, bright boy in a class. That's how me feel. That's why I'm telling her, so I can't talk to my lady if my reasoning not back it up with logic, or if the logic not have reason I back it up, I can't just run my mouth like how some are running them out loosely. Because I not have no dummy in front of me. Telling you, you know, PhD caliber. So I want to not behave inappropriately. A man like me will embarrass them easily. And this is why I bring them things to bear. to embarrass them publicly. I don't have a great mind such as this here, and rather persecute by way of an inquisition, you know what I mean? And then, tear down man character and bring man through a legal process because of an incompetency and the incompetency of public officers. It's a disgrace. And here I am, totally unaffiliated with the universities here. But on a better come a class. You need to come to class. So again, the challenge is not an argument. The sovereigns are employers, grantors, principals that make demands. And demands are met or not met. This is why I'm not come and ask about my requests. I'm not deep on that. When I can't violate me before and come back, come violate me again, I'm like come asking. Watch me now. Me I come with my big boot on. Yeah, man. Iron tip. And me I kick down door. And any boy stepping away. Yeah, man. We are kicking face, man. Yeah, man. No joke. And this is on a notice, so I don't know how me I forward, because I'm not just talk it. I say me I do it. Spirit of God there in the earth, man. Decimate turn around them. Lawfully. Yeah, man. And because for one look a contract is legal, see that? Legally binding contract on your behalf. The subjects, which are most of my people out there, are employees, grantees, servants. They are who make requests. Requests can either be granted or denied. So me not make requests. You see, when me say me I make a demand, cause me I maintain my honor, and you say, boy, you're not going to meet my demand, then you will be in dishonor. Okay, so it's subtle. I hope it's clear. I know my judges, them out here, probably are dead with laugh. I say, nobody now want to come in front of me. They better send somebody where I'm totally familiar with. Yeah, man. I know my judges, them are crack up. They must say, oh, yeah, the sovereign man a plan for it. Yeah, man, then a law. And we have to maintain our honor. And I, man, is a honorable man. And I watch my narrative. I remember YouTube a virtual thing, YouTube is entertaining, and I don't know why people get so crazy. If I come out here and can't learn nothing, then what me I do? I must entertain myself. Yeah, man. So they are them off it, focus and pay attention and spend some time with this Nestorian kings information. We are the philosopher around here. Yeah. Whether them like it or not. Now, what's that? Jurisdiction, practice, the power constitutionally conferred upon a judge or magistrate to take cognizance of and decide causes according to law and to carry his sentence into execution. Yeah, you can look up that, because you don't know. Bouvir's law dictionary I work with others, but Bouvier is my primary instrument when I use for ascertain the meaning and definition of words. So when I want to know what I mean, look the Bouviers. Yeah, man. Recognizance, law, a bond or obligation, you hear that, of record entered into before a court of record, which is the Supreme Court downtown, the only original jurisdiction, the only court of record outside of when me create my court of record, which this is what it is. Or a magistrate, not a policeman, binding a person to do a particular act. Again, in order for this recognizant be binding, it have to be entered into a court of record, enter into before a court of record or a magistrate, not a police. You get me? As beautiful as that police lady is, well, lady that can arrest me anytime. I hope my wife no hear that part. You get me? You know, I hope my lady don't hear that part. Yeah, but yeah, we have to know what are we dealing with. So we have to, ascertain the meaning and definition of these words being used, and we have to do it legally so we can maintain our lawful capacity. Yeah, when them say sovereigns, this is how sovereign people carry and conduct themselves. Them not just talk, them present the documentation, which is evidence, not just talk. We not deal with just hearsay. It's always first and knowledge for us. This is why an attorney out there, without first and knowledge, I object, stand down. Get out of this court. Run you out of town. Yeah, man. So again, recognizance is a bond or obligation of record entered into before a court of record or magistrate binding a person to do a particular act. The sum pledged as surety on such a bond. The sum pledged, this is the 100,000, is the sum, and the pledge is a promise as surety. You know what I mean? Because we are talking about the recognizance bonding, or recognizance bond. All right. So them say recognizer, to acknowledge as the person entitled to speak. To acknowledge as the person entitled to speak. So this is the recognizer, at a particular time. So them are going to say, the speaker recognized the goods and chattels and sureties. The speaker, which would be the recognizer, recognize the goods and the chattels and the surety. Now we have cognize. God told me I use cognizer verb. It said to perceive, to know, or become aware of. You understand? So I man perceive, I man become aware of, and I man know. So watch here. The two entity out there now have nothing to do with the ones them where I try administrate it once me can demonstrate this. You understand? And the surety is that legal entity, or that legal person, or that juristic person, or that juridical person. Yeah, man. Juridical. Yeah, them have some style around here, I say people. And we miss it if we don't apply myself. This is why I say no dumb guy thing. Excuse me. So this is why I'm the cognizer. Because I perceive, I know, I become aware of. And then it's a surety, a person who is legally responsible for the debt, default, or delinquency of another. So the surety have to be my legal entity. The surety have to be the juristic person, because I'm so legally responsible. Because me can't legally responsible for no debt as man. You understand? So that means the delinquency of another, who knows? So I will prescribe the surety to that legal entity, that juristic person. Now we have juristic person, a juridical. We say judicial, we say. But a juridical person is the constitution, we bring them all kind of style. Person is a non-human, legal person that is not a single natural person, but an organization recognized by law as a fictitious person. You understand? Such as a corporation, government, or that legal entity. Again, juridical, relating to judicial proceedings and the administration of law. Judicial, proceeding and the administration of law. Clear words or plain words or ordinary words are a matter of practical rather than juridical significance. So right here, the matter is when you deal with the legal side of thing or the juridical side of thing, it have its own language. Because here it says clear words are a matter of practical rather than juridical significance. So my people, stay up on top of them, man. Sharpen up. Know what I mean? Salute out the guts. Salute. Now we touch upon public law. 25 June 1948, chapter 645, 62, statute at large, 742, I would say false personation. These are the, look on the time frame, 1949, before for them constitution. So laws never just come because of for them constitution. Yeah, man, public law, they are a long time. What them call common law, them things they are a long time. Now it says, whoever with intent to extort from any person any money or other thing of value, so deposits as aforesaid, containing any threats to kidnap any person or any threats to injure the person of the address or another, I'm talking about two entities, shall be fined not more than 5,000 units of dollars. God, these are the international standards, so so they talk about United States dollars, not 5,000 Jamaican dollars. They must say you're going to get fined 5,000 US dollar units of value or in prison not more than 20 years or both. And I say, see Exhibit B, notice of recognizance. Because right in that document, remember, I tell us the beautiful lady, only because she was trained that way, she tell me, say, if I don't sign the document, then I can't come out of the place. And I tell her, so I can't just get up and walk out. You understand? Because everybody is in there armed and dangerous, and you have a little lady, a little not too properly dressed and carry herself lady in that place where she alone will scare everybody out of the place. Nobody no want a lady there come look for them, not even in a them sleep. So no man now, we have to bring a little entertaining. But yeah, man, them thing are the serious part of it, man. 20 years in a prison, man, on the international side of it with public law. Because I say it's a public forum, it's a public arena, it's a public venue, it's a public court. Constitution we are deal with. That's what we are deal with. We are deal with constitutional laws. what is a binding contract. Yeah, man. And then we have the particulars of claim. I got through them thing here already, but may I make subtle, rearrangements. And I think I have to go back down in them thing here much. But they are them get the basic, idea. So yeah, man, let me read this thing again, man. Jamaican attorneys might miss it, Because we have other public law we can bring forward too. But I work with just this one. You know what I mean? Yeah. We have other public law 242. We have some laws. I might touch it. Again, public law, false personation. Because I tell us that them guy and a real police. You can't tell you that. So we have to go see them delegation of authority where demonstrates that them is such. And them if they are, I'm quite sure they are not elected. So we want to see them appointments. We want to see it, man. We want to see a university degree where give them kind of status there. We don't have too much dolly house are going with a bunch of Boto people. And so we teach everybody in the public system and me kind of escape and get some private tutoring and thing. This is why I can approach it this way. Absolutely no one on the island has ever did. And when I should have just leave me alone and make sure some of these untrained, unkept people stay in one corner somewhere and allow them to stay out the road and be mischievous. Now is a man like me them running up. You know what I mean? And I don't know me as a man will go on and on and on and on for my rights, for my property. And I know I'm not doing wrong and I'm no criminal. I'll go on and on and on. Yeah, man. Till all our house tear down, man. I'm going to say we not financial ruin because, these are laws in place to make sure so we're not run amok. And this is why I'm going to bring it public so the whole public can say, yo, see information there. Public law. Now make them tell about no codes and this a public law. Because I'm in a public forum, a public arena, public setting. Not no hide behind the scenes and allow the criminals them to escape and perpetuate and perpetrate their frauds. No, expose it. One of things that one alone can read and write. Particulars of claim under threat, duress, and coercion, the accused cognizer was issued and signed his own recognizance from sureties, i.e., juristic person. You know what I mean? Via notice of recognizance, stipulating a request to appear on that date. Yeah, man. Hereinafter, this is the offer what them bring. So me have to sign the offer there under threat, duress, and coercion because these people are dangerous. You understand? But me know you have the good ones out there where it's only because the bad one bully them and make them afraid. You understand? So them always, want to see me come out here, the good ones, and go on this way. But them still, is afraid of these bad guys. Because these bad guys sign them check. I mean, not talk locally. I talk internationally. So now when I make demands, that means that it's out of my people. And my people them can say this money I make all kind of demand. Or no can say we never do it best. So right now me free up my honorable public officers them out there, because I know my honorable public officers. I know you have a lot of dishonest and dishonorable ones out there. But this is what I can say. You see, if they are them not honorable, and acknowledge them offer to contract, then them now if you acknowledge uno want to come in front them. Uno don't even have a clue say there is contract at play, where the contract is. And now for have these people, you just say in check, put it that way, with respect. Uno clueless. Yeah, man. And the attorneys them here on the island, some of them will know my style and say, yeah, man, him just rugged and rough, harsh, but yeah, I feel style that. No way I deal with, man. Then we show them a kind of respect, them, man. Because one thing with knowledge, it's supposed to transcend you. This is why I'm send a little cross-dressing, high school diploma toting police officer. Can't just criminalize me. Mad. And me have high school diploma too. Remember Tivoli Gard, I graduate from and I never got a celebration or anything. No investment never put in on me at that time. But I do have a high school diploma. So what me I say, me have degree, man. Me have a high school diploma, man. Me I go on with myself. That's the highest, organize. You know, say area learning, high school. And look at me now. I teach even the professors them. Where profess to be scholarly. This is what the Most I do. It make the humble man, the righteous man, the base. Some honor with a hearty spirit. Knowledge to that. Correct knowledge to that. Yeah, man. So, you see, when I put all this out there, this is going to be so historic and monumental, people. Me, I tell you. Yeah, man. I have some more in it, but another time I touch it, I want to see if I can share this thing with the public, 42, 1993. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to mind I read this thing. No, I don't want to. See if I can find it. Bear with my people. I think this is it. Yeah. Yeah, man. Them things are public law, Civil rights. I gotta read this. Let's see if it'll show up on the thing. Yeah, man, it come up, man. I gotta read this so people can have them little basic information. Yeah. Thing you say equal rights under the law. This is more around at the mainland, but when a public law, it goes straight across the earth because a public law that. Yeah, man. So you use the codes and where you use the here where it's a public law. But me now have to add this as well as I may just do it. Give them all a 4, 5, 6, 7 page documents. Yeah, man. All persons within the jurisdiction of the United States. Remember, Jamaica is a member of the Organization of the American States. Organization of the American States shall have the same right in every state and territory to make and enforce contract, to sue, be parties, give evidence, and to the full and equal benefit of all laws and proceeding for the security of persons and property as is enjoyed by white citizens, and shall be subject to like punishment, paying penalty, taxes, license, and exaction of every kind, and to no other. So them I say, we have all of them rights. However, it have stipulation. Look on this now. Same document, One I say every person, all persons, seen? And this one now I say all citizens of the United States. So this is where you find the natural people, and this is where you find the subject people. So them said, all subject people of the United States shall have the same rights of every other natural people in every state and territory, as is enjoyed by white citizens thereof, to inherit, purchase, lease, sell, purchase, not buy, purchase, lease, sell, hold, and convey real and personal property. Now them say, every person who under color of any statute, ordinance, regulation, custom, or usage of any state or territory, subjects or causes to be subjected any citizen of the United States or other persons within the jurisdiction thereof. Remember, IMF give away all kind of thing, to the deprivation of any right, privilege, or immunities secured by the Constitution and laws, shall be liable to the party injured in an action at law, suit, inequity, or other proper proceeding for redress. So you know, so me I forget redressing. Yeah, man, I have to compensate this man. Section 1980. First, if two or more persons in any state or territory conspire, like the senior sergeant of police, to prevent by force, intimidation, or threat any person from accepting or holding any office, trust, or place of confidence under the United States, or from discharging any duties thereof, or to induce by like means any officer of the United States to leave any state, district, or place where his duties as an officer are required to be performed, or to injure him in his personal property on account of his lawful discharge of his duties of his office, or while engaged in the lawful discharge thereof, or injure his property so as to molest, interrupt, hinder, or impede him in the discharge of his official duty. You hear that? They might talk about the police, You understand? So if you go out there and rare with the police is one thing, look on the part now. Second, if two or more persons in any state or territory conspire, to deter by force, intimidation, or threat any party or witness in any court of the United States from attending such. So much I to say, man. All right. From attending such court, or from testifying to any matter pending therein freely, fully, and truthfully, or to injure such party or witness in his person or property on account of his having so attended or testified, or to influence the verdict, presentment, or indictment of any grand or petty juror in any such court, or to injure such juror in his personal property on account of any verdict, presentment, or indictment lawfully assented to by him, or of his being or having been such juror, or if two or more persons conspire for the purpose of impeding, hindering, obstructing, or defeating in any manner the due course of justice or due process of law in any state or territory, with intent to deny any citizen or man or woman the equal protection of the laws, or to injure him or his property, or his lawfully enforcing his property for lawfully enforcing or attempting to enforce the right of any person or class of persons to the equal protections of the law. Third, if two or more persons in any state or territory conspire to go in disguise on the highway, you hear that? In disguise, police costume, on the highway, or on the premises of another for the purpose of, listen, the bottom line is that when you're a man, you can't just jump and do your own thing and say, boy, I a job, make you do that. And because of your job, of depriving either directly or indirectly any person or class of persons of the equal protection of the law, or the equal privilege and immunities under the law, or for the purpose of presenting or hindering the constituted authorities of any territories from giving or securing to all persons within such state or territory the equal protection of the law, or if two or more persons conspire to prevent by force, intimidation, or threat any man or woman or citizen who is lawfully entitled to vote for from giving his support or advocacy in a legal manner towards or in favor of the election of any lawfully qualified person as an elector or president or vice president. Listen, the them can check out this. You just want to bring them thing forward. We're the ones that can scrutinize. And as we go forward, we will go back through some of them thing and add what may I add to this thing, and we just share information. Again, we have to just demonstrate with knowledge out here. If we not have knowledge, then we just stand down, sit in our corner. But under no circumstance we're supposed to allow some people, well, totally lack knowledge, totally void of authority, totally incompetent, or go issue any kind of legal determination and, place all kind of restriction, infractions, and all kind of damage and wrong on the free man or woman. We have to put a stop to it. I know it, most people don't know nothing about this level. Most people totally unaware. All of what me I say and I do, we go over most people's head. But me know there is at least a few who will say, yo, there it is. So again, we just come forward and share information. Later, we're going to share some more information. And as we move forward, we'll continue doing the same philosophical reasoning. But we love read and write, and we don't mind, express with volition out there. Gratitude again, free people. Subscriber, boy, I don't know. Gratitude for the interest. Gratitude for the interest. Salute out there. Free people.